Ok.
É isto?
É isto, estamos bem. Estamos bem.
Welcome to another episode of 433 ou 433. We're here again, João, Carolina, and Rafael.
Rafael.
So they're going to learn João and Rafael.
Yeah.
And today we're going to talk about music. So, one question actually that I think I don't know if I've done that before or not, but I'm just going to do it now. I'm going to roll the
You
ball
go,
like this.
amigo.
Let's go.
Oh my God, you go.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
If you could see one band that it's not performing anymore,
Ooh, I know.
which one would it be and why?
Fleetwood Mac.
Ah, okay, nice.
But they still perform. I mean, they don't perform anymore, but they did until very recently. And obviously, Stevie Nicks still performs. But I would like to see them in the 70s specifically, because I think they were just phenomenal, really good, great vibes. And yeah, I mean, probably loads, but Fleetwood Mac for sure.
Okay. Nice one, by the way.
See, that drummer life must be like a
Yeah.
whole out of
Oh
the
my-
world experience.
yeah. Oh my God,
Especially in the
imagine that.
70s, they're all high on
Yeah.
like loads of things.
Well,
The romance on stage.
that made me think about like Pink Floyd in the 70s.
So good.
Like
as well.
psychedelic era. But
Rolling Stones.
I am absolutely in love with Frank Sinatra, so I can't not say it. Do you know what I mean?
Does that count though? Because
Is
you
it-
did say
you
a
say
band.
bands. Yeah, I mean,
Or
it
does
can
it
be
count?
it can be an
Oh, okay.
artist
it
as
can
well,
be an
yeah,
artist.
yeah.
I mean, so if band Pink Floyd, if an
Yeah.
artist Frank Sinatra, for
Nice.
sure.
If there was an artist, I would love to see Johnny Cash.
Ooh.
Like if it was just an artist, I would have loved to see Johnny Cash.
Johnny Cash.
Nice.
What about yourself, man?
Myself would be like two bands, either Nirvana.
Dude,
In that era of like grunge, crazy,
yes.
like destroying everything on stage,
The Nevermind album, like,
Yeah.
yes.
or Queen.
It's the only album you know of Nirvana.
She woke up and she chose violence.
Please. Really? Yeah. No, please. It's not please. It's breathe. Yeah.
See, she's right.
I completely no. But it's from Pink Floyd. Wait, but I confused myself.
Discombobulated thing.
No, but
Me
yeah,
trying
either
to-
Nirvana or Queen. 'Cause
Queen. Freddie Mercury.
his
Like,
Freddie
voice-
Mercury, I mean.
Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
Or Rami
Legend.
Malek.
No, Freddie Mercury all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will like those are normally my go-to.
I would have loved to see Aerosmith as well.
Oof.
They still perform or not? Just out of interest or not as
I
much?
don't think so. I mean, I'm not going to say yes or no for sure. I
Yeah.
just don't know. But
There's a lot of those guys that
The thing is-
bands continue and
I mean, I think that Rolling Stones are probably one of the only bands that still performs kind of as good as they did in
would
their
say-
peak time.
I would say CDC as well.
But the thing is, Mick Jagger moves in a way that is just unnatural at his age. And the vibe that Rolling Stones have is still really electrifying for what it is. Whereas AC/DC, I think, because it's very different just
Yeah.
in itself,
Yeah.
it's because the Eagles still do shows,
Yeah.
and I really love the Eagles. But again, it's kind of different. I think the type of show that the Rolling Stones put
Yeah.
is very, I think it's outrageous, especially the drugs they consumed back then, and they still put on the shows that they do. It's completely crazy.
It's crazy how they're still alive.
It's, I mean, I'm not
Absolutely.
even going, oh, shut the, no, scrap everything that I said. The Beatles.
Oh,
Because I was going to talk I was just going to say, because these guys offline just had a flash in my brain, the Fabulous
we're
Four.
like yes.
And I was like, shit, yes. Yeah.
yeah.
The Beatles.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people probably think I would still love to see Fleetwood Mac, undoubtedly, but the Beatles, what a phenomenon.
Funny question then. Now,
All right, okay, yeah.
what? Obviously, not everybody is gonna be in the same loop on this one. But what about Portuguese?
Oh, okay. Stuff.
I know mine.
I'm not sure I know mine, to be honest. I'm not sure. But
It's okay if you don't know. I
Go
will
on.
say for me, António Variações.
oof.
For me,
For me, Amália Rodrigues,
yeah, that was good as well.
Carlos Payão.
Oh,
Carlos Payão. Eles são duas crianças.
I think that will be yours, just for that song.
Yeah,
Just for that song. That has been
just that one.
just that one song. Anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's it. All right. What about we kind of stayed in a closer genre to each other, actually. Whereas in reality, we actually don't listen to as much of the same genres necessarily. We are very eclectic people, I think, in a general sense, just because there's
I feel like we might listen more
To
of
similar-
like more similar than you.
right. Yeah.
But we do. I feel like we all listen to
Each other's.
fairly most of everything that
Yeah.
the other listens to.
But yeah.
There's a lot of crossovers. I don't know if that's the right word, but there's a lot of things that we.
Yeah. There's
I mean,
loads of
Yeah.
crossover.
I think
That's
in
normal, right?
genres anyway. Like you'll know better
Yeah.
than I do.
Yeah.
But I think in genres anyway, like there's loads of, especially nowadays, there's you mix a lot of things.
Yeah.
So I think it's easy to like listen to an artist and maybe the two albums before might not appeal to me, let's say, but then
Yeah.
the third album really picks on something else that is very like familiar to me or that I really like, and then that will be in itself something that draws me to that artist, and maybe I'll then listen to the other two albums and think, oh, I actually like this a little bit more. I feel like that happens a lot with music.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Question: do you guys like when the songs that you're listening to become a hype? Like, do you still enjoy the song as much? I don't.
For me, it depends the level of the hype.
Glimpse of Us.
Oh.
I like this.
Yeah,
This
I
comes to
know.
mind as like a more recent example.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I was
The
listening.
album was out month before.
no,
No,
like
the glimpse
no.
came before the album.
Yeah, Glimpse of Us was a single.
Oh
Yeah.
right.
much
exactly.
before the
yeah,
album.
Yeah.
And I
And
remember,
especially and even in Portugal, they were putting it so much.
yeah, because I went to
Yeah.
Portugal like soon afterwards, and like
Yeah.
I do like to listen to the radio.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was practically the only thing that was on it. But the thing is, I really like when my songs and artists are niche, because I feel like when you globalize it, then it loses something. I don't know, or I just get tired of it by the sheer amount of people.
I think that's more it. Because, for example, another song that I felt that a lot, I felt even more, but I didn't love that song as much as I loved Glimpse of Us. But Blinding Lights,
Oh yes,
because of TikTok,
That's the weekend.
Weekend one,
The weekend, right?
because of TikTok, and then the radio, and then I heard that song so many times, it got so annoying.
It ruins it, doesn't
And
it?
then
it
if
kind of
you-
ruins the.
And if you already don't love the song, I cannot hear Despacito one more time.
Oh my days!
Oh my God,
but
that's so true as well.
Because
especially in Portugal, that was
that's
crazy.
why, because I
But
was
that
still
was
in
crazy
Portugal.
there, and it's still if you go to anything Latino, like
No,
any-
here it doesn't need to be Latino. Here in the UK, it still goes on.
It does, doesn't
yeah,
it?
Even if it's not a Latino place.
yeah, true.
So that one I literally couldn't hear anymore because it was every single night I would go out.
Yeah,
And this is like 2014 until now. It's been
yeah, it's kind of
10 years.
It's enough. Grow up, guys.
Jesus.
There is more
yeah,
Latin music, like
Yeah.
a lot more.
A lot more.
Yeah.
A lot more.
But for
yeah,
sure,
feel
I think
like-
it's the amount.
Yeah,
Because
probably.
you're just like, oh, here it comes again.
Also, I think there is a part of me, and probably a lot of people, I hope, that enjoys being one of the few, like knowing something.
Yeah.
Like especially when you find it's really good. Like, oh, I know this, and not a lot of people know it. So I feel
And I
like
think
you're
even-
discovering something.
Even when you know somebody that knows, it's even more special.
Yeah,
Because it's like,
And
oh my
also
God, no
depen-
way you know this.
depends on the person as well. Like,
Oh, okay.
if,
perfect.
I feel like if it's someone that you are very like-minded, like, and you connect in that sense, I think it's really, really cool. But if it's someone that you don't, no, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I wouldn't like.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's kind of like I had that. I don't remember with who, and that's also not relevant. But I had that with Daniel Caesar one time, and we were talking about Daniel Caesar, and then we talked about this and this and that, and we were going into the webs of it, and but because we were vibing, it was like really cool. Yeah, it was like, oh my god, how like how, you know, personalities coming over, taking over. Oh my god, like how do you know this?
It's usually only after the pod.
It's usually after the pod. Today's a special day anyway.
What do you guys?
Okay.
I was really focused on my question. No, I forgot about it. Something interesting. Sorry.
Okay. So, who's an artist that just resides in your daily listens? So, I mean, recent. It doesn't have to be like someone you listen to like since forever. Just right now, like what are you listening to?
Lately, I think the thing I've been listening a bit more, because it came out not that long ago, and I was just kind of like going through it, is like the Billie Eilish album.
Oh, okay.
It just came out, so I just gonna like, because even though my favorite album ever was the first, still maybe like a lot of nostalgia factor, I would say. But because it just came out and I needed to hear a couple of times, like 3-4 times, to be like, to actually see what do I like, what I don't. Because it's not, there's some songs that from the get-go you're like, oh, I really like this. But especially because for me, sometimes I don't properly listen to the lyrics from the get-go. So I need like a second and a third time to actually like bring it in, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
That's why I think
sometimes things don't always connect straight away, right?
Bohemian Rhapsody for me, I only at the third time I liked it.
Oh, really? The first two you weren't in it. You weren't really sold on it.
I mean, it's a complex song. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think it's a song that you go into.
Queen.
Thinking,
Did we mention Queen? No,
I
you did mention
Queen. Queen.
Welcome.
Hi, I just arrived. What's up?
No, but I think it's a complex song.
Yeah.
So I don't find it like strange.
Yeah.
Because there's so many things going on.
Yeah.
And you probably heard it but you probably heard it very young.
Very young as well. So it took me a while. What about you?
Carol?
That's tough because I'm always listening to music and I'm always listening to new things. Billie's album, yes, because I function exactly the same way. I need to listen, especially when we have albums. I like to listen start to finish. I don't enjoy when I only like one song. Like I find it that's the meaning to the artist. So I like to pay attention and try to find more things about the album. So Billie's obviously one, but that's for the album factor, not for a daily essential. A daily essential is John Mayer. Has to be.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. It's a very solid answer. To be honest, I've been struggling to find my vibes, like in a very like general sense. So I've always been the type to, what album am I listening today? I'm very much I try to, I don't know, it's the most common thing for me to do. I usually have playlists for specific focused situations. But recently, I don't know why, but I was listening to The Off Season by J. Cole like a lot. Obviously the Kendrick album that has been on my recent listens, like very ever since it came out. But I haven't heard Billie Eilish, and I want to. And now you guys made me think like I gotta go.
And it's quite short actually. It's not a long album. Yeah.
There's rumors she has a second one ready, like just to drop like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but we'll see. It's funny because
but just in itself, like the album in itself is not a long album.
Yeah, it's funny because I work in a slightly different way from you, because you say like you don't know which album you want to hear right now. But for example, what I normally do is I pinpoint like a song that is kind of like the vibe I'm in right now, and I go for the radio of the Spotify.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
I like that, because sometimes I can discover new songs like that.
Yeah.
That's why I prefer to go to the radio.
I've actually been, that's the funny part. It's like I've been doing that a lot. I used to be very set in my own ways. And so I have my 3,000 playlists and I have my albums. And so I usually would jump from one to the other. And recently I just find myself listening to, like, I'll put on a song or I put a selection of songs like in the queue, and then I just let the algorithm take me on a journey, and it's quite cool, because the other day I didn't even realize, but I spent the whole day at work listening to songs I had never heard, and I was like liking, adding to the library and all those different things the whole day, but yeah, all of that because just kind of maybe I'm in need of fresh air, and that kind of is a great way to do it. And I it's funny. I was never that person, and now I'm doing it more often. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
It's good just to bring like new stuff to your daily life. Yeah.
I mean, I am listening to.
I've always done it like that. So I was never stuck on something. Like music comes out on Fridays usually, so Thursday at midnight, I'm always listening to whatever is coming up. So yeah, I don't know what it feels like to.
It's pretty cool.
Just be focused on the album. I actually go by artist. If I am looking for a vibe, I go by artist, not by album or song, because then you have the suggested artists as well, which then will be very similar, and then you don't know. So another way to find vibes.
Yeah. I normally just set myself on albums for two reasons. Either it's new and I'm just checking it out, or it's one that I really like and I'm like looking for that vibe specifically. Yeah. There's only a few albums like that, but that's the only times where I get stuck in albums kind of thing.
Same. Noah Khan's album. It's one of those for me.
Yeah.
When it came out, like in December, I listened to it every morning. Like however long, but it was always in the morning.
It's a very big album as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was not even the deluxe version.
Yeah.
Like the last version that he has with all the features.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was an album that it's an album that I really enjoy listening start to finish because it's a great one.
Yeah, pretty cool. I was gonna say like Half Alive, and that selection of songs that we have, that those at least those three, but usually the last album, that's been on like been playing a lot in my playlist, and that's thanks to you. So thank you. Big shout out.
Well done, Half Alive.
Yeah.
Big fans here.
Yeah, big fans here. And then by virtue of Alpha Live, then I found out like a bunch of different like little bands I don't even know the names of, because I'll listen and I'll be like, oh my god, this shit is good. Like, okay, save that.
And we also listen we actually listen to loads of different things. Yesterday we were listening to Disney albums.
Yeah, Disney albums.
Disney soundtracks.
Yeah.
We listen to Hercules.
Sometimes I'm listening to just like instrumentals and like soundtracks of, like, I love my Interstellar soundtrack.
I do love instrumentals as well. And I really live for them.
And then the Oppenheimer one, we've covered that topic, but I keep going back to that soundtrack.
What's the one that we like? Conducted by Leonard Bernstein.
It's Resurrection in C minor.
10 minutes of pure...
23 minutes.
Sorry, because it's one of the other...
the other one has 10 minutes.
Yeah, one of the other ones is 10 minutes. Yeah, it's 23 minutes of a journey.
That one is so...
It's really intense because it takes you like everywhere.
Through the motions.
And it's pure, like it's classical music to its finest.
So good, yeah. So good. Yeah, I mean, we'll go through musicals as well quite a lot, don't we?
We also listen to a musical.
Being Alive with Raúl Esparza.
From Company.
Yes.
I'm
sorry,
show.
I forgot. Yeah, I forgot even to mention the show. It's just, that one song is just intense. This month I listened to Camelot a lot. A lot.
Well, and in that, Today is the end. We're recording this on the 31st of May.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Philippa Sue, if you're listening to this. Happy birthday. But we come to the end of the lusty month of May.
Yeah, we
The
are
lusty
coming to
month of
the
May.
end.
For Camelot fans, you'll know this.
But yeah, actually, throughout this month, I heard that album a lot. But then with that came other musicals as well. Musicals that I never
Sweeney
like.
Todd.
Sweeney Todd.
We've been listening to Sweeney Todd a lot.
And we didn't watch it either. I hadn't watched it before as well.
Yes, we watched the film.
Like we watched
Yes.
the movie this month as well.
No, it wasn't this month, but yeah, we watched it.
It wasn't.
No,
It was.
it wasn't.
It was 3 weeks ago on a Friday.
No, it wasn't. It actually wasn't.
What? Am I mental?
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought it was as well, to be fair.
It was. No, it was.
It actually wasn't.
So
I'm not sure.
It
I'm
was
not
something
sure.
about Mary that we watched 3 weeks ago. Sweeney Todd. We weren't even recording the podcast yet when we watched Sweeney Todd. The podcast. This wasn't even in our brains yet when we watched
Damn.
it.
You're absolutely right. This was somewhere
This was like March,
early,
April.
early April. I was gonna say. Yeah. Oh my days! Wow.
So
Yeah,
3
the
weeks
year's
ago.
just slipping through my fingers. Okay. Mamma mia.
Mamma mia.
Episode 2 or 3, 4, whatever.
Whatever, we
We've
spoke
done
about it. And we spoke about this song a lot.
Yeah.
Right, but
Right.
this leads me to actually an interesting thought, which is like this question for you has two sides of it.
Okay.
Because you're obviously a musician. But for all of us, but for you, please do consider this as a listener and as a musician. What kind of music made you like music, or what sort of influences made you feel like you needed music every day?
Ooh. That is a tough question.
Sorry, I didn't mean to.
No.
May I go first because it's simpler? It's because it's just me as a
go for it.
listener. Or was that question just targeted?
No.
to him?
It was for all of us, but I just
Cool.
wanted him
Yeah.
to consider like both sides of it.
You asked what genre, what music, or
Whatever like made
was
you
it?
like music, or if there were any influences that
So-
you had that kind of that if now you're looking back you think, oh wait, yeah, that totally made it.
Okay, so there's a couple of influences that I can totally see, and I'm sure I'll forget something, and I'm sorry, mom and dad, because no, actually 3. So first one is Dave Matthews Band. I think they have. So I'm a huge fan, as you guys know. Family. It's a family endeavor. But ever since I'm a child, road trips were fueled and powered by Dave Matthews Band. Later on, when you come into that part of your adolescence where you start asking questions about the world, what it looks like, and etc., like all the songs that came out, the Grugrux, Big Whiskey and the Grugrux King, I think that's the album, comes out around the time where in my teens, and it's a very critical but like thought-provoking album. And I remember fully listening to those lyrics and crying to them, feeling them, like, really experiencing that album. And because it was questions of growth, it was questions of the future, it was questions of society, and in a general sense, like the Funny the Way It Is song we've spoke about many times. Go listen to it. Funny the Way It Is by Dave Matthews
Pause
Band.
this video.
Pause this video. Go fucking
Welcome
listen
back.
to it.
Yes.
I got to see it live, by the way, on the concert. I forgot completely to say this but anyway. I got really excited about this. But okay, so Dave Matthews Band, and then I have for sure Linkin Park, Minutes to Midnight, Meteora. Those were on my mom's iPod, and I remember asking my mom to use her iPod to just go to sleep with Minutes to Midnight in full volume. My parents thought I was a psychopath. You guys do as well, so we're good.
Mind you, he listens to David Attenborough now to sleep.
Yeah, but I used to. Yeah, so I can still go to sleep with Linkin Park for sure. But anyway, and so that's second, and then the third, Pearl Jam Backspacer 2009 album. It was and still is very meaningful to me and my dad. We used to listen to it religiously every morning on the drive to school, and I remember that. So all of these different things created really big moments for me, which then I think created that sixth sense towards music, the looking for the meaning of things and sort of, you know, and made me curious to
It's
explore.
not a sixth sense. You either
It's a sensitivity towards it, right?
you either like music or this was simpler. It was
okay.
like whether you like music or not. I don't think you have a sixth sense for music.
No, it's not a sixth sense.
you know?
Sorry, I
Like,
didn't
it's
mean it like that. Yeah.
If because there's loads of people that don't necessarily
a sixth
enjoy
sense would
music,
be a
you know,
freaking genius that
or
actually writes it.
whatever.
But I mean in a
Like it made you
made me really
like and enjoy,
enjoy, look for, seek, search.
Because I
explore.
feel like we think everyone loves music. Like in my brain daily, I think everyone loves music.
But there's
It's
people
probably
that
in
don't-
most people,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, loads of people don't. But in
Yeah.
my brain, like music is the only thing that everyone loves.
Yeah.
Everyone listens to.
Yeah.
But actually,
Not
it's
not
not
the
the
case.
case.
Yeah, it's not the case.
so that's why I asked the question.
yeah.
But very cool, great albums as well.
Yeah. And that didn't even scratch the surface, because then I found out hip hop and started dancing
Yeah.
and all those things, and that's a whole other journey. But
No, but here is
but
more
this is
fundamental,
the,
like-
this is the foundations
Because
of it.
if we went that way, I mean,
Yeah, of course.
Batteries would run out.
Yes,
For
they
me,
may have already.
For me, I can't pinpoint like one moment. I think there's a lot of variables that make that music is kind of like not essential to me, but like almost like a thing that I do every single
It doesn't
day.
need to be a moment. It can be like an artist, even like someone or something, like or songs, like whatever that kind of that you can trace
Yeah.
back to.
The 2-3 things that comes to mind straight away is just me and my parents singing randomly in the car, like when we had tribalistas and stuff like that.
Oh my days! Yes,
You know what
yes,
I mean? Like,
good one, great
and
one.
just singing in the car. My mom always liked to sing, so we always used to sing in the car. That's one big moment. Me in my grandmother's house with the whole family, and then they're just dancing to folklore.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Literally just in the middle of a living room. Like it is such a how music can propel that kind of moments and
Right.
joy, and you know what I mean? Like it's wonderful. And one of the biggest ones, and that was like one of the biggest ones where my parents also saw that I really wanted to be connected with music. I could barely speak, and I would literally, if there was a band, I would literally sit behind the stage or on the side of the stage. So I wasn't like in the front looking at the singer or something like that. I would look at the drummer.
Always.
And like to the guitars, and especially the drummer when I was a kid, but like to the band and what the band was doing. And I couldn't even notice if they were doing playback or not and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this guy's not playing. So I think those three especially like were 3 key moments that I can trace to that I without thinking enjoyed that connection with music. Yeah, for sure.
But I feel like maybe that's more in tune with your professional aspect of it. But like,
Too, yeah.
but like, was there an artist that made you that inspired you, influenced you in any way?
One big one, and that was like in close to high school. Chet Faker.
Oh damn, great one.
I had like 2 of those albums. I will literally remember me drive. This was already like I was very comfortable with the artist, but me driving to the village next to us to go for the piano lessons or for the explanations, like to the lessons. And literally, I had a Bluetooth speaker because the speakers on my car were so bad that the bass would sound like, you know what I mean, like so bad.
Completely
One of
button.
my best friends still does that. You
So-
you know who you are. Dance that.
So I had like a Bluetooth one, and I had literally the full gig that he did in Sydney on repeat, and me singing like loud in the car. Just he was one of the big influences I had. Yeah,
No,
for sure.
that's very cool. I find that really interesting, obviously, especially because you're a musician as well. And I feel like artists influence each other, right? I feel like loads of musicians, when you listen to interviews, they go back to other musicians.
Not gonna lie, I really want to go listen to that specific album that you just mentioned, because now I'm really curious.
Yeah.
Because I just need that
It's
to
either
feel the
one-
vision.
It's
Do you know
either
what I
the
mean?
one with the keys or the broken hand.
Okay.
Like it was those 2. One,
Gotcha.
Like just both of them on repeat, kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what
Pretty
what do you think you're going to uncover by listening to the album?
I feel like I don't know. I don't know.
He's gonna
But
be
I
like,
just
"Oh my
really
God,
want to no, because that's the Gold days, right?
Gold, yeah.
Yeah, Gold. What's those big? I'm thinking of the big songs.
Obviously, he has the No Diggity version
No-
as well.
yeah.
You have. I don't remember
There's
names.
well,
to be
you know what I
honest.
mean. But that era, I used to listen to it a lot, but I didn't listen to the album because I was a moron.
Yeah.
No, because I remember like a friend of mine showed me Chet Faker.
Chet Faker.
So coming up to high school, I had listened to Chet Faker for a bit, and then a friend of mine, musician, used to play trumpet. He presented me to Chet Baker, like the original, the inspiration of the name.
Yeah.
And then I fell in love with Chet Baker and My Funny Valentine and that, Jesus Christ. But yeah, you just made me think of that. So I really want to go back, listen to that Sydney performance because I want to, because I never did that back then. So I definitely want to.
Funny enough, I got
see what emotions
I learned about Chet Baker the same
way.
So most people go Chet Baker then Chet Faker. I started with Chet Faker first. I knew about Chet Faker because of the live sessions he did. That it was just him and two guys, which is wonderful.
Yeah.
Like the very jazzy inspirations on that is amazing. Especially the drums is crazy. And then I discovered the Chet Baker inspo that I didn't know about. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
See, guys,
Cool
artists
stuff.
influence artists. That's
Oh shit.
no, but I was asking because it seemed like you were going to discover something about him
I am.
by listening to.
I am 100%. I think because these things, they shape us, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
In many ways.
I feel like I love when I can listen to you guys know this, but I love when you can listen to other people's playlists.
Right.
Like show me what you're listening to, like you kind of show me who you are. In a way.
Yeah, and I think so. Yeah, I think the three of us actually, in that sense, we communicate very well through music. Like if we, I think there's been so many moments in the last 3 years where I'll listen to this song and it's like, yeah, it's quite funny. I don't know. I love that. But what I got excited about with him is just because I can picture him. I can picture you, right, João, sitting in your car, singing to the top of your lungs in this sunny little country road. And I can see it.
Literally.
It's weird. I've never seen you in your hometown. I've never been to your hometown, but I can see it and picture it, and I'm just missing the soundtrack to that, So I just want to add that and see.
It's funny because I don't see him singing top of his lungs. I see him with the speaker max, absolutely, volume at max.
For sure.
The speaker might be in his hand at some point, and
I would put it like between
yeah, but
my legs.
I feel like it's yes, but I feel like at some points just to make sure you listen to something properly and you have a free hand.
I've done that.
Yeah, I know you have. I've never been with you in this scenario, but I know you have. So you're just going to do that. But you're singing, but you're humming more than you're singing at the top of your lungs, and you're making the beats with your hands on the steering wheel. I might be off, but this is what I see in my head.
I had all of that.
Yes,
for
I
sure.
don't think these are exclusive.
There were moments, depending. Like I had a moment if I'm alone in my car, I just let myself go as well, and I sing like from the top of my lungs.
But I
especially
think also,
if I'm not like.
And also, I think it depends on the song. Like, not all songs
Yeah,
require
yeah.
singing top of one's lungs.
Yeah,
But I can totally see him listening to Dois, the Diogo Pissarra album, and completely
I think
screaming out with tears in
with
his
Pissarra
eyes.
is more the first album.
No tears.
O Perfeito.
O
Não,
Espelho.
o Espelho.
O Espelho é o meu álbum favorito dele, still. Uma
Very
coisa
good.
mais acústica, mais
Very good.
íntima, mas continua a ser dos meus preferidos. E eu
Volta is from
cantava-
Espelho, isn't it?
Volta é from Espelho.
Fuck.
Essa música. E mesmo o Perfeito.
I made
O
my dad
Perfeito eu
cry
adoro.
because of that. Like, he never listened to it. My dad at one point wasn't really into my music and anything I would listen to. So, but there's this moment I show him, listen to this. It's like randomly, completely like in our grandparents, like one of my grandparents' place, like he just sits down, puts his earphones and it's like tears running down his eyes.
It's a tough song. It's a tough song.
I think it always happens like there is a point where like, because obviously we are influenced by, obviously what you both said is completely influenced by your family in my case as well. So it is funny when you get to do it
The other way around. Oh yeah.
I love doing it, especially with my granddad. Like especially with him, I like to do that. But it's interesting when you
I presented my dad with J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, and it's crazy because at first he didn't used to connect with those, but then I started just sort of I don't know, I think we had like long hour conversations of like about the album, and we would discuss the contents and what we were talking about and all those different things. And as soon as I started, like, because my dad is a very grunge guy, like sort of metal, and then it goes all the way to other places, but very eclectic as well. But yeah, so he comes from the grunge of like, you know, the emotions of grunge. And then I started showing him stuff with those same emotions, but in a different genre. And he would be like, oh, okay. And then we started branching out. And it's really cool because now my dad will come to me telling, oh, did you listen to Kendrick's new album? And I'm like, dude, did I hear the album? Oh my God. It's so cool. It's very cool.
It is.
I like it.
Definitely cool.
It's very cool. But yeah.
Cool. What is your favorite song of all time?
Oof.
Like that. Okay, wait. Let me rephrase this because I feel like saying favorite will be heavy in difficult because I feel like favorites change every single day. Okay, so I will rephrase this. What is the one song that you will like, love, be obsessed with forever?
I got it very quick. And I kind of have a cheat sheet, and you guys will know, but I won't say why. Crush. From Dave Matthews Band. Not any version. There's a studio album version. There's a million different versions. No, it's the live tracks, volume 10. It's 8 minutes and 20 odd seconds, whatever. It's the best version. And I will listen to that until I die. Because it's so good. I'm so excited. I want to go listen to it right now. Right now. I just bumped the mic. Oops, sorry. Go on, Jean. Share with the group, please.
I don't have one.
You don't have one.
Like
you do have one.
You surely have one though.
You do have one. We just spoke about your Pissarra. How can you not?
It's like it's that one song that no matter the mood, no matter
Nirvana,
the day, no matter who you're with, that song, the place, that song will always be a good fit.
Right now, the only one that I can see that works all the time, like that in a
It's not about working. It's about feeling. It's that one song.
Okay, the one that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Even though we said Chet Faker, but still, it's the one that is coming right now, and is the only answer I have like ready to go. It's Talk is Cheap. Talk is cheap from him. Like Talk at the moment. Yeah, because that one, as soon as that.
But was
chorus,
that also a fact like 3 years ago?
Yeah, that one
4
is
years
literally,
ago.
it's always there.
Okay.
That one is always there. Since I heard it the first time, it's always, like I always fall back to that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I forgot. I remember another one. We can say more. I mean, because it's songs that we love, right?
Because that one, it's the one that is the most special. Because sure, it's the same thing with films. We can love loads of films, and but there's always one. There's always one that no matter. Same with books. Same with everything. That's why I rephrase it to not say a favorite.
Right.
Because I feel like favorites change depending on yourself.
Yeah.
But there is always
constant.
one thing out of everything. There's always the one food, like your last meal. So that's why I asked. So that it has to be one. You can change it, but it has to be one.
Oof. Yeah. Okay. So that's the one I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
Tough.
In Your Atmosphere, John Mayer. Keep Me Where the Light Is, album 2008.
All right. Okay. Is that the... He says something like, keep me in your atmosphere. No. I'm thinking of... What does the lyrics say? I'm trying to localize the song.
What?
You showed me the song.
I don't know if I showed you this song.
I think you have.
Maybe.
But anyway, so I was trying to think which one it was. Anyway.
Well, this make it more fun.
Yeah. I'll have to go...
And if you haven't listened, go please listen to all of these songs.
All of these songs.
Why though that one?
I don't know. That one since the beginning just really stuck with me. It's just I don't know, and it's always there. I don't know how to explain it.
Is it something about? But would you say it's more related to lyrics or melody or?
It's more the melody than the lyrics.
Okay.
His lyrics tend to be like a very, not always very intense, but very. I'm not gonna say superficial, but very simple. I'm gonna put it that way. So you can connect with the lyrics, but for example, there's other lyrics that are more impactful. I'm gonna put it that way. But that melody on that chorus and the break that it does, it just hits me in a different way. And I think that's why it really got stuck with me. And it's one of the things, like, I think I chose it as well because it's been with me so long. Mm-hmm. And it's not like I listen to every like 5 years. It's like almost every year I'm listening to the song. You know what I mean? Like it's present. It's there constantly. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right.
I was going to say, first of all, I made a mistake and I want to rectify this before it's too late. It wasn't the live tracks number 10. I made a mistake. The song does come up in that concert, but it's not that version.
The police is not coming for you.
I think it will. I think it will. My dad will listen to this and he'll come after me. Guys. Anyway, why this song? Well, it's the bloody romantic in me. The whole idea of crush, in my own understanding, obviously people may have different perceptions. It's all about love, and it's all about the inevitable pain that love brings, or the vulnerability to that pain, sort of yourself opening to that. And then you put that in together with some freaky good, like, sax and trumpet and a bass that doesn't quit, and yeah, that song is just speaks to me in ways I can't explain. Like, I live those 8 minutes I was telling you about. Like, I live those 8 minutes. I know every single little nuance, and also it comes from a time where Dave, the vocalist, he didn't have as much vocal training. So his voice is much weaker than it is today, which is kind of crazy because he's now like almost like he's getting older. But he's 50, I think. We checked that the other day, didn't we? But anyway, the point is he didn't have as much training at that time, and you can tell he's breaking to say those lyrics, and just barely with enough breath to say it, and it gives this so much more authenticity to those lyrics, and it's just good, you know. It's just warms me up. I feel seen, I feel heard, and I feel like capable, and it's all the feelings. It's just good.
Feelings.
I got really excited about this. I'm sorry. Like I am listening. The song is playing in my brain right now. Like, I can take it out. It's like I'm just like the start bass. Like, okay, anyway, sorry, let's go. I can focus. Yes.
Sure you can.
Very good.
Okay.
Why yours?
Mine. Oh, guitar in it is beautiful, and I am a guitar girl. And John is a beautiful lyricist, and I really like I find it to be true what it's like to be in someone's atmosphere or have someone be in your atmosphere. And then when you don't have that, I find it to be true what he says about it. So
Do you want to tell us a bit more about the song?
I feel like you need to listen to.
Okay,
the song.
fair enough.
Also because I feel like it's up for interpretation, and I don't always look at it the same way. But for me, it's a forever song because I think it checks all the boxes for me. And the live version is that's the album that I mentioned. I think it does. It's the melody, it's the lyrics, it's a good combination of feelings and things.
Feelings and things, guys. Feelings and things.
Obviously, there are tons of singers, bands, songwriters.
So many that we've missed.
You know,
numerous people.
Composers, because we do like classical musical as well. So maybe we'll do like more episodes about music, and maybe we can talk about like loads of other factors, genres, whatever, more influences.
I just remember the other day we were listening to Leon Bridges' Beyond in that, what was it? In
Simpsons.
The Simpsons.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
Beyond is my favorite.
Beyond, what a song, Leon Bridges, God damn it. But Coming Home, and I mean the album just before that one, the Beyond
his
so
first album. I feel like his first album is amazing. I feel like the Beyond album is my favorite. But River from the first album touches parts of my soul.
Coming Home is from the first album. I think it's the opening song, right?
Yeah. And River is from the same album.
It's like third or it's I can see it.
So yeah, like loads of Adele. I feel like
Adele.
I'm looking at her right now because we have her here.
Adele, what's up?
Lin-Manuel Miranda. I think good musicians. I mean, I'm going to say musicians, but obviously they're not just musicians. They're obviously artists. But yeah, I think there is so many people that are relevant to us for our 4-3-3. Like, I feel like music is the formation. It's the tactic. It's the 4-3-3. And then
it just carries you through a week. It carries you through a day. It carries you through an emotion you might be going through, right?
It might help you explain the emotion. It might help you communicate.
Yeah,
I've done that way too many times.
But I think it's a huge tool. But also, it's what we use for parties.
Yeah.
It's what we use to dance. It's what we use to sing to. It's what we use to play instruments. So I think...
Oh, dude.
Music is the formation.
A good house beat, like Berlioz. Yes. Berlioz recently, obviously last year, big debut, I think, from last year or maybe a few years ago, but it was like just a few singles and then the album. Like great house jazz mix. Ooh, god damn. It's just the dancing of it. You spoke about dancing.
No, but Beyonce already predicted this because she has a song called Formation. Listen to it.
Oh my. Okay.
Right, guys.
You just dropped the mic with that one, really.
Love you and leave you.